This could be good.
Oh, the charm!
Let's go!
Go, Henderson.
Woo! That's amazing.
It is.
Hello, esports fans. Dr. John Price here from Henderson State University. Thank you for joining us, whether it be via VOD or live. We have another exciting set of games here for League of Legends and the Peach Belt Conference. It's been a busy week from Rocket League to this is technically our second League of Legends match, as we had to move some stuff around for our Week 2 match up until Monday this week. As well as Call of Duty, which we had a great stream of, and we'll be having some more coming up here. So it's been an exciting and very busy week, but hey, gotta love that. Today's match is Henderson State University versus the University of North Georgia. North Georgia is going to be the home team, so they're going to be starting off on the blue side here as we get going into things. And the draft has already begun, so let's go ahead. We'll pop on over there and see how things are going so far. So UNG, of course, are on your left in blue. They'll be on the blue side of the map to start, and Henderson will be in the red. We like that. Ready, red. Gotta enjoy that. So starting off with bans here, Henderson banning out the Rek'Sai, Lee Sin, and Jinx, and these are I think very understanding bans at this point. The University of North Georgia, or I'll probably just call UNG for the vast majority of this, has a very talented jungler who has at least 600 games on Rek'Sai when I last looked when we were doing the analysis, and is a very talented Lee Sin player as well. So I'm not surprised Henderson banning out two of those junglers, because both of them can be deadly and throw off a lot of lane situations. Henderson prio picking the Victor as well as getting the Aphelios. We'll see what comes up from UNG in response. UNG's bans make sense here. I know for a fact that our top laner has been playing a lot of Malphite, so he's been in scrims as well. I don't think he's had a chance to play Malphite in a scrim, let alone a game itself yet this season. Unfortunate, that's something that happens. Lux getting picked up. Okay, I imagine that's going to be a support in Ashan. I'm not surprised by that. Falcon plays a lot of Ashan. That was actually something we'd been discussing, but we'll see what Henderson decides to do here. I wonder if they're going to go, looks like they might just go with the support pick here, and they're going to save the mid laner. Nope, they're going to pick up the jungler here, it seems. So Henderson wanting to get that jungler, securing their ADC, securing their mid laner. That's going to leave, we're going to head into the second ban phase here. So we're going to definitely get some bans back either at the jungler here or potentially the top laner for UNT. I mean, those are the only two positions left, I presume. Like, this could be a support Lux. Very possible. Support Lux is a very popular thing. So we'll see there. Kled getting banned. I'm not surprised there. The top laner for UNG has a significant amount of games on Kled. Very powerful. Oh, okay, the Lulu ban, because Henderson did kind of float over the Lulu pick. I wonder if that was just a response to that float over there from by Henderson at UNC bans it out. So that's definitely makes things a little difficult potentially for the Reddies. I'm not entirely sure if that was on purpose or if that was something that was pre-planned. Henderson does sometimes play a bit of Lulu, though I'm not sure. Vigo getting banned out here. Okay, that's an interesting choice. Henderson also plays jungler, plays Vigo, but since Henderson's already picked their jungler with Zinzao, it just makes sense to ban out the Vigo, because that's another champion that, with a little bit of farming clear, becomes its own carrion due to not only its passive, but just generally the amount of damage here. So last ban coming out, probably a support ban. Yep, targeting the Thresh. So Henderson, I'm not sure what they're going to pick up here. They could, maybe they'll hold to pick up the top laner and see if they can force out a choice there. That, or they're going to pick up their support. Okay, they're just going to grab the top laner. We're going to go right into Orin. I know Lance might not be the happiest playing Orin. Understandable. Orin's a very powerful champion, but it's a champion that doesn't require a lot of resources, and inherently then the best thing to do is play kind of a passive farmy game, and that isn't always fun. I used to play a lot of a game called Dota, as well as Dota 2, and oftentimes what the Orin is being played here is a lot of for utility. The ultimate that they have in particular that allows you to buff up other champions is huge, especially late game with a carry like a Felios or Victor. Like, that is in itself amazing. But it means you're there for utility. Like, you could only have boots, wards, and maybe one item, and that would be perfectly fine going into the late game theoretically. All right, Henderson going with the Soraka of Felios combo. Great one in the bot lane. Orin up top, Xin Zhao in the jungle for Henderson, and Victor in the middle. And I know Mo, he's a fan of Victor, so this is something he'll be happy to have. Though this I know I'm saying the champion's names. Ashkan being run by UNG's Falcon. Definitely dangerous. So Urgot up top. Ooh, that's not going to be a fun lane. A lot of shred there potentially. So he's just Orin Lance is going to have to play pretty safe for the Henderson as well. The Olaf Xin Zhao battle, that will be interesting. I honestly haven't seen it much, but that's something just because of where we are. Olaf gets played, that's for sure. Very powerful jungler. Falls off in the late game, unfortunately. But that also means he's going to be playing very aggressive. This is a ganking jungler, and that's going to cause a lot of problems. We're going to go head back to the caster desk here as we kind of just put things in a bow as we're getting into our next video. So Henderson State, so again, welcome if you're just getting here. Dr. John Perez from Henderson State University. Should make for an exciting game. The Reddies are unfortunately 0-2 right now at the start of the season, so they're really looking for a win here. And from my understanding, I believe UNG is 1-1 currently. And so both teams really wanting to start making and moving back up into the rankings and such for the Peach Belt Conference, because we're only, after this week, we're 4 weeks until the end of the season, and of course you need to be in the top 8 of this of the conference in order to get to the conference tournament in South Carolina at the end of March. So I know the Reddies would love to be there. We were there last semester with our Overwatch team. It was a great competition. Unfortunately, we got knocked out a little early, but that's because we lost to the eventual winners. But hey, it was a great experience and fun. It was great to see everyone in person. That's one of the best parts now that we're able to get a little bit more traveling to like, and especially to put a face behind the username, or so to speak. And it was a great experience. I hope we get to do that again here with League of Legends coming up later this semester as well. As for the game itself, which we'll be popping into here as we're getting through the caster delay and the like, I think a couple of things here. We have a team over on for UNG that has some very powerful early mid-game, Olaf in particular, but it also still does have some potential snowball-y / long game ability. But I think Henderson has a much better scaling lineup. That's one of the benefits of having, say, a Felios, of having the Victor, of having the Orin, who specifically is just there, really is amazing late game because of the ability to improve his allies' weapons and the like. Really gives Henderson an edge if they can get the game late. But UNG is like, okay, we're going to try to make sure that doesn't happen. And so if this jungler, JP Montgomery, the other JP, is able to really chain together some good ganks early game and get one of the lanes, kind of just get a tower down early, get control of a dragon or two or a Rift Herald, that's going to put a lot of pressure on the Reddies and is going to require them to they'll be able to bring it back. That's the thing. Even if Henderson is down significantly in the first 15 minutes, there's still going to be a window for the Reddies to come back, but they have to survive to that. So we'll see how that all works out here as we're about to pop into this game. So some other things coming up here. This coming Monday, we have Rocket League. They're going to be playing in their next match. We're not sure who they're playing yet. That hasn't been announced yet, but Call of Duty will also be playing in the next set of weeks. We're going to be having hopefully streams for both of those next week. So it'll be an exciting Monday. Other things going on. If you're on campus here, on Sunday at 7 p.m., Super Smash Brothers, of course, meets in the esports lab for friendlies and practice and their weekly meeting. So feel free to stop by for that, of course. And yeah, those are some of the big stuff that's going on currently. Anyway, we're going to be popping into the game here any second. You're going to hopefully love these new graphics we had here. One of our students working on it. Let's see if the capture, there it is. Right now it's a little Got a couple things here. Scoreboard, objective timers. Should be about all set. Oh no, I know I'm supposed to do one more thing. Uh-oh, I don't want to. So, exciting stuff going on so far. Should be make for a good game. Just got to pull up the right. Have time controls toggled off. I've just got to turn off some controls here, everyone. There we go. Sorry, all. Control Shift C. All right. There we go. Oh no, this is a really rough start for the Reddies. Victor getting caught out. I think just and unfortunate. Let's go ahead and we'll. I'd say let's quick go back and see what happened there. So we have an invasion here. Froggen sees it, runs. Victor just a little bit too aggressive, thinking they get some more poke, and unfortunately gets caught. That was a rough situation for the Reddies. Unfortunate. It's one of those things that there's a lot of gank potential in it, and that's why they're going for an invade, because they have that ability to do that gankening, so to speak. Uh-oh. Having a little bit of an issue here with where a couple of things are placed. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the scores here to help a bit with seeing things there. That'll at least make it a little cleaner. Here we go. So either way, let's see. Control Shift C. There we go. Yeah, that gets that going. So anyway, you see, got our timers going here. Baron's got to be up in a while. Dragon, 3 minutes from that. We'll kind of see what else is happening here. Henderson starting to get their clear on. Of course, we'll be watching a lot. I got to turn off those time controls to see exactly what comes up in some of these different aspects here. Usually, I think something would be not directed camera. So, exciting stuff though so far. Wow, a lot of damage here coming out onto Mo from this Falcon here in the middle lane. That's going to be rough. I have not played much against the mid laner being piloted by UNG, but it is a very powerful champion and has a lot of ganking potential. The other thing is the ability to res your fellow players essentially is a ridiculously powerful ability. Let's see, getting a bit of roam happening here. No, just deep warding. Makes sense. This is going to make it a couple things a little difficult for the Reddies. Luckily, Jesse or Konotoki has a ward there, knows where it is. But yeah, this is really going to make things. Oh, has to be careful here. There we go. Let's see. There might be able to turn this into something. Gonna need some help. Oh, good damage, but unfortunately, no, just not able to complete it. And uh-oh, the Reddies need to be careful here. I like the gumption. Oh no, but that Ashton has so much mobility. Just is gonna have to run, and unfortunately, the flash is down, and that's a double kill onto the mid laner. Oh, that is not a good situation for the Reddies now. That is not good. That's 2 kills onto the mid laner, 2 kills onto the ADC. That's a very rough start, right, for Henderson. Yeah, this is the start of the game with the unfortunate Victor kill, and then now that situation has really made things difficult, and Konotoki needs to be careful. Like this, yeah, this might be another death here. Henderson has to support him as much as possible, but there's so much, oh god, and this is the problem. Early game Olaf is devastatingly powerful, and they're just not letting Henderson take a breath here. And this is going to likely also transition into a dragon as well. And oh, Lord, lots of problems here. Okay, this is just a very difficult situation the Reddies are seeing themselves in right now. I talked about how they needed to try to do their best just to survive until the mid to late game, and that's really it. 7 kills in the first 4 minutes is not a good way of starting this, and so they're going to have to be very careful now in these next few minutes, and they're going to have to play safe. There's just not it. They're going to have to let towers go down. They probably cannot contest this upcoming dragon because it's just too much initial gold that's kind of gone over. Now, again, the first 4 minutes, those kills, yes, they're important, but that gold can be made back up with just a matter of farming and such, but it's not a good situation, obviously. So we'll see how the Reddies decide to deal with that, and if they're going to be able to just at least keep themselves trying to go as even as possible is really what they just need to do. Having a gank coming here. But bot lane is already here. That support player for... Oh, no, they don't see it. And yet now that was a bait essentially coming in here. Bot lane just being... the support just being able to go around, and another kill going over to UNG. This definitely a rough situation right now for the Reddies. Dragging up, it is... Oh, I always forget. Hex Tech Dragon. Looks like they're going to go for... Is that Rift? No, that's just a ward that got placed. So, again, gold difference is almost double already. That is not ideal in this situation, obviously. And one of the other problems is that the support player over on UNG has been able to just roam, and that is what's making these ganks so much better. And Lux is can be a very powerful ganker when available. Okay, Henderson trying to get this dragon, and that they're committing all 4 of their players here for it, which makes sense. Henderson needs something. This is at least going to help a little bit. Oh, wow, that damage already. Early game Lux, very powerful. Henderson should be able to get this. Oh, that root, though. Oh, no, he had to use his thing just to get it, but he does get the dragon. Henderson just needs to run. The Reddies have to go. Oh, no. Trying to get out of there. At least one ready down. If Henderson could at least... Yeah, 1 death for the dragon. Worth it if they can just get out and survive. So rough. The Reddies needed some kind of objective. Getting that definitely helps a little bit, but still rough. And the problem is just the very careful. Hey, a kill top there. Great job by Lance up top there playing Orin. Good job there. Getting that kill is going to help, again, money situation, pushing situation. Oh, Mo's just taking a ton of damage. He might just be dead here. He is dead there, unfortunately. Wow, just ganks after ganks, and just like we were talking about, that's what UNG needs to do, is they just have to demolish this Henderson during the early game and keep Henderson from getting to the late. So the Reddies took a scaling strategy, and UNG's response was, we're going to take a very aggressive early mid-game strategy and gank. And that's what's happened here. So it's really made the difference so far. Now, we're still, again, early in here. The Reddies have time. This gold lead definitely, though, is very powerful. 7k gold is nothing to laugh at. But early game, these kills, while they're worth something, death timers are short, allows people to get in the game. But the problem is the level difference right now. And that makes these fights even harder as we'll continue to get further. Uh-oh. Mid laner up top now. Jesse getting picked off here. Kanatoki trying to run. Yeah, just unfortunate. So again, we're having all this roaming happening, and that's really just devastating to the Reddies right now. But, and again, this is the thing, though. Like, this is exactly what UNG wants to do. This is their game plan. But if they're not able to take this advantage and really drive it home, whether it be taking towers or something, the Henderson will have a chance to come back here. But it's going to take a bit. Oh, unfortunately, top laner for Henderson going down there. Looks like Ashken stayed around a bit and was able to get a gank off onto Orin, unfortunately. Oh, and another gank coming here. Olaf. Yeah, it's one of the things. Olaf's ult, making it impossible to CC him, just makes... really just causes him to be a wrecking ball in the early game. And this player showing just the strength of that. Great stun, great ult here. This should be a kill, almost a kill. Trying to get that. I just think he's just not enough movement speed, though. I just don't think he can. Bot lane tower, unfortunately, going down to the Reddies. But at least Henderson didn't lose a player, at least in the other engagement. But still, a 7k gold deficit is not something you want to have happen in any situation, let alone in this stage of the game. But still, there's hope. The Reddies just have to continue to play as safe as they can and get farmed. They need to hit 6. They need to get an item on their ADC and on their mid laner in particular. But unfortunately, pretty much everyone on the team for the Reddies have not really had a chance to get that gold. And we've already seen Olaf has their... mythic item that's gonna make his ganks that much stronger and give him even more tanky and survivability here. So Not fun. Reddies are down 2 towers already, and that's a lot of extra pocket gold going over to UNG, making things very difficult for them. Oh no. Oren trying to do something, but no, gets eaten up. And again, just that Olaf able to execute ganks and such in that way. Like, yeah, he is a beefy boy right now. Now, like I mentioned, Olaf is not as dominant once we get to, you know, level 10, level 11, and so on. But this early, and because, like, you have a 3 level difference for the junglers here, like, that's just not a good situation. The Reddies are going to just have to start grouping up here for some of these, or doing a little bit of lane swapping, which we see here. Olaf coming in. Konatoki going to have to run. Oh, and the Lux. Oh, Lux ult misses, though. They're going to maybe try to go in on this. I don't know if that... Yeah, no, that was evaded, unfortunately. Henderson losing 2 there. This Olaf is just too strong right now, and it's one of those things. That might have worked if both teams... players were at the same, like, items or experience level, in the sense of, you know, just levels, but you can't. Oh, and this unfortunate Oren has nowhere to go. A valiant effort to do something, but nope, he's just dead. So 20-1 start here. This has been a difficult game 1 for the Reddies. And at this point, I think what I know, if I was playing here on in game with the Henderson, would be to kind of like, okay, well, what can we take from this? Game's not over, but we just need to keep playing smart. We know what we need to do. We need to just take objectives when we can get them, farm when we can, do our best to ward up, and just make call-outs. Like, you got to play a bit conservatively, because again, if Henderson can just keep things going, get into this late game, get into level 8, 9, 10, they'll have a window. But it's right now, the situation that's going on over for UNG, they're playing to their strengths. They're already got 2 lanes, first towers in, and they're continuing to roam and push. They're not just sitting on this advantage, and that's something that can take a bit to learn. Again, just Henderson just having to be careful and watching as much as they can. Olaf coming. Reddies are going to have to be careful here. They don't have any wards on that part of the map, and so Reddies are blind. They do have that 1 ward, but oh no, the ward couldn't see the Lux. Konatoki having to blow his ult just to try to live, getting some heals, but again, just so much damage, unfortunately. And now it's just, yeah, like, again, UNG is doing a great job of taking their advantage of this early game dominance that comes with picks like Olaf, and as well as Lux with all the CC, and are making great use of it. And the Reddies are just in a desperate situation. Anyway. Oh no, Victor, thinking he could having to run. Oh, he is dead. He is dead, Jim. That is a really rough and difficult situation. So, Henderson down a significant amount here, trying to make do with what they have. Really, they need to get their mid laner and their ADC into a lane just to get some farm. But the problem is, what UNG is doing is they're saying, no, you're not going to get that. We're going to continually push. We're constantly positioning, constantly getting wards, and this is just making things really difficult now for the Ready to get back into this. All right, Henderson's has lost all but 1 of their second-tier turrets. Oh, I'm sorry. They haven't lost all of them, but they've lost 2 of them, and that middle one is not looking like it's going to last much longer. See, like, the Reddies want to contest this, but at the same time, because of the massive gold difference and experience difference, it's hard for them, even with a group fight, to do anything. And that Henderson wants the group fight. This team is made for group fighting. But when it seems like Henderson at this point can't really take a straight up team fight. And one thing, UNG is not giving them that. They are constantly ganking, constantly split pushing, and making it so they can't. And unfortunately, yep, there goes Lance, the top laner for Henderson State University, Oren, who had a really good start, got a kill, solo kill and everything, but unfortunately the rest of the situation that was happening in the other lanes and then the constant movement and ganks just really has made this difficult for the Reddies. Yeah, bot lane turret going down. This is a power of split push. Going to likely, well, no, he's probably not going to get this inhib, but he is at least allowing for his team essentially to get away because Henderson has to contest it, and his team can go back and reset. They can farm. They can get ready for the dragon that's up in a minute. Like, it's not a great situation. So we're at almost a 20k gold deficit. To say that is bad is an understatement. While it's possible the Reddies can come back from it, it is not the most likely situation, just because of, unfortunately, some of the different aspects that can happen from there. Either way, it's still entirely possible. Oh, that's what I'm supposed to have there. I'm supposed to click on the champions for that little thing in the bottom corner. Sorry, everybody. You know, it's one of those things of where I am still kind of getting used to some aspects of this. Unfortunately, this Oren, he's down. He's down for the count. Yeah, and the Reddies just doing. They're gonna try to get this dragon. Hey, that's not a bad play at all. Uh-oh, this Olaf though is coming, and this Olaf's level 11. Oh no. Oh no. Maybe they can do something here. We'll see. This is the raid boss here that Henderson's trying to take on, and doing its best, but oh no, now kind of Toki. Yeah, this is that just one manning two people. This is okay. Yeah, that was a little bit of memeage, knowing that there's kind of feudal and both teams like, yep, just gonna take that one. So unfortunately, this is, well, even if it's not this push, there is very little chance the Reddies can come back at this point. There isn't really, in this game at least. But what I would be doing as a member of Henderson State here is like, okay, game one, rough. But take this, understand what to expect for the rest of this series. There are going to be lots of rotations. Wards are going to have to be placed. There have to be callouts. And to be ready for the unexpected, because I don't think they're going to change their play style. UNG, I would just pick a similar kind of situation again. It worked so well. Why would you change it? The Reddies might ban out a couple of other ones, but I am not really sure what else they really would want to change. Because I think the other champions that could have been picked could make things a lot worse for the Reddies. So I think they're probably just going to at least pick a similar kind of situation there. But we'll see what happens here. We'll see as we're getting into our next game. But it should be ending here any second, and we'll be going into game 2 relatively quickly. But it'll be a minute until we get to that, just as we go through bans and picks. And so we'll be going into a bit of just a last bit of this, all about to finish. Yeah, and there's that revive. That revive is not fun. No one wants that. So either way, we're going to quick go into our intermission screen here for a second. So unfortunately, game 1, Henderson State University losing. Difficult game for the Reddies, but I think there's still plenty of possibility in this series for the Reddies to come back and make this a fighting match. But they're going to have to make some adjustments. So we're going to quick go to a brief intermission. We'll be back here relatively shortly. So just give us a couple seconds as we get set back up. Probably be 5 or 10 minutes, and we'll be back. Hey, esports fans, Dr. John Price here, back for our next game in this best of 3 here for the Peach Belt Conference League of Legends Spring 2022 season. Unfortunately, Game 1, Henderson lost in a decisive way to UNG. University of North Georgia did really put on a showcase of the power of early game ganking of Olaf and how that crazy Norse guy throws big axes and takes lots of names. And so it was a rough start, but the Reddies got a plan. They're ready to they are prepared to continue on and to make adjustments at this next one. I just came out of there chatting with them, getting them ready for our second one, and they're happy with their plan. And that's one of the most important things: is having a plan you're confident in, and doing your best to execute it. Right? And as long as you understand why the plan is the way it is, get the background and stuff. Execution's the 10% part of all the rest of the work one has to do to play League of Legends and to be proficient at it. It's one of those important aspects of it. We're going into picks and bans right now here. I'm going to go ahead, I'll swap on into the draft phase. So, I got a quick swap sides. Here we go. So the Reddies first picking Caitlyn here. Ban-wise, bans are the same for UNG. UNG is now in the red. They're going to be on red side. Henderson will be in the blue and be on the left side, or blue side. The Reddies, pretty much the same. The only difference here is Jinx getting banned out. They decided to ban out that instead, and the Ashe is coming back then. So lots of pushing power, a little bit of and slowing ability coming back in for UNG. Caitlyn getting picked up. We'll see what UNG decides. Maybe they'll get the Lux again. No, they're going to go ahead and... well, we'll see. Could be anything. Looks like they're picking for mid. They might not be. Or maybe they're picking jungle. Karma. Yeah, they go for the Karma. So a powerful combination. Karma and Ashe. Tons of poke. Regen up the wazoo. Or at least a good amount of regen to that. The poke is the worst part. It's never... I do not like playing against Karma. And with the Ashe, too, it makes Karma even easier to hit things. So Henderson going with the Lux this time around. They wanted to have that Lux who's able to roam and do lots of ganking and setting up. So it's Henderson's turn to play with that. I wonder if they're going to pick jungler now or if they're going to continue to wait. I don't think they're going to pick top. They could pick top lane. They could go ahead and maybe they'll pick up the Orin again. I think they might just pick up the Victor. No, they decide, no, I don't want to play Victor. Let's go with Malzahar. So Henderson picking up the Malzahar, another powerful character. And there's that Akshan again. Falcon really showed us a very powerful Akshan game the last time around. And Orin gets banned. Oh, that makes things a little bit difficult. So we'll see how Henderson decides to adjust to this. They could go for a... well, we'll see what the rest of the bans are, because... But I guess they really did not like that Orin up top there. So we'll see how Henderson responds. I'm not sure what else ban-wise they might do here. They might take out the Olaf, but I'm not sure. They do. Henderson takes off the Olaf, which after last game, I'm not surprised. The Olaf player for University of North Georgia, very skilled, and really dominated the game. I think at one point he was 11, and the jungler for Henderson was 7, as well as the support for Henderson was 7. Towards the end, a 4-level difference in junglers is not a good situation. Get the ban from the Zen, not definitely just trying to kind of take some more comfort picks away from Henderson, which makes sense here. I'm not sure. Let's see. We already have the bot lane, so we have the Elise going away. Elise is a very powerful jungler. Can be a little complicated for those that haven't had a chance really to practice, but very strong, especially the ability to essentially kind of just go invulnerable for a few seconds and reposition and the like. Huge amount of damage potential there, and lots of variety in game play. So we still have the junglers. We have maybe a J4 here coming out from UNG. They still have some ganky potential here, but it's definitely not an early game aggressive focused as it was in game 1. So maybe UNG is deciding to let's take things slow and see where stuff goes. But I'm not sure. So Reddy's probably going to pick up their jungler here. No, they're picking up top lane. Going with the Dr. Mundo. All right. I haven't seen Dr. Mundo in a hot minute. See how the Reddies get a very beefy top laner now. Similar in the sense to Orin and what he does. Though, of course, he doesn't have the same ability, just native support for the rest of the team. The fact that Orin allows him later on to modify and make his opponents, his fellow teammates so much more powerful with those items he can /buff craft. It is pretty powerful. Henderson going with Vigo in the jungle. I know that's something the jungler for Henderson has practiced a lot, and that means Henderson's again playing for the late game. They're playing to get to the end, they're scaling, and while we don't have as an aggressive lineup coming out from UNG, it is still, it will have a very powerful mid-game spike. But like I mentioned earlier, I think Henderson does still have the better overarching, what we would say, scaling lineup. But they have to get there. And that's something we saw in Game 1, that the Reddies, unfortunately, were not able to stop UNG's massive amount of push pressure and the like that came out in pretty much every single lane. We'll go ahead and go back to the caster desk while we wait for spectator vision and everything else to catch up. So again, if you're just joining us, hey, Dr. Price here from Henderson State University, the esports director here, and thank you so much for joining. Whether you're watching the VOD or you're coming to us live here, it's always great to have an audience here and supporting the program. So it's been an exciting time. So we got a bit of a delay we'll have to kind of work through, but I'm excited to see where this game goes, and particularly see how Henderson adjusts to this, and being able to see if they're going to get themselves to the late game. I think they have a great chance to take this game and force a game 3 in this best of 3 match, but it's going to take a lot of work. And the composition that we see coming out from UNG is more team fight than it was last time. Last time with Olaf and the like, there's a lot of just individual roaming. That team was designed to get pickoffs and the like. But this time around, not as much. So we'll see if that really changes things up or what. Anyway, besides that, some other fun things that are going on around here. We're not too far away, of course, from March. I know it's kind of crazy to think we're only 9 days away from the 28th of February. Whoa! I need to buy some birthday gifts for sisters of mine who are born in March, because that is coming up fast. And that means when we get into March, let me quick check the date for that. On March 7th, Henderson's esports program and the Huey Library here on campus are partnering together for a game night that'll be at 6 p.m. on the first Monday of the month, which is the 7th of March. Over in the Huey Library Computer Center right there. Once you walk into the main doors, to your left, you'll see some fun artwork up on the wall, and we'll be inside. We'll be playing a variety of games. I think we're going to be a little bit more board game focused this time around, which is always fun. Though I'm sure we'll still have some Jackbox games going and what have you on some of the other computers in there. So always a good time. We usually have some food and drinks, not too much, but a good time. So you can at least stop by for an hour or two or just say hi. Definitely consider doing that if you're here on campus. Other fun things that are coming up, of course, we have our Call of Duty matches on Monday, as well as Rocket League on Monday, so that's always a fun thing. I mentioned this before, Super Smash Brothers meeting at 7 p.m. on Sunday in the Esports Lab. Definitely come on down, say hello. We are always looking for new players, always happy to just come on in, play some friendlies. It's a good time for everyone. So some great exciting things happening in that sense. League of Legends wise, I'm excited to see kind of where this new support fits into the lineup. The fact of the ability to, the amount of poison damage, the madness ability as well, is very interesting to me, and I think there's a lot of fun play that's going to be able to round it. I don't think it's OP. I think it definitely needs some tuning. If you haven't had a chance to play it on the PvP, or now that it's out, play it at all, we won't be able to see that champion. I think we still have 1 more week, maybe 2, before anyone can play that champion in CLoL. But I can't wait to see what happens there, especially this support meta is one of those things where it can get stale at times. So one of the nice things about in recent years is it's a lot more diverse than it once was, a lot more options for people to for what to play. But it really depends. It can be a bit of a mixed bag. Either way, heading in game now. I'm going to got to make sure we have the right one. Sorry, it'll be pulling itself up any second. There we go. Here we go. All right, got that all taken care of. So the readies, where game is popping up here any minute. Come on. Sometimes computer stuff just doesn't want to load properly. We're gonna just see it's starting to, I think. Uh-oh. It seems like I might be having some problems on my end. Oh, nope, now it's going. But there's something is definitely not loading properly, so hopefully we'll get this all figured out here any second now. It's our objectives timers going. We'll go ahead and score display. We've got to take care of those time controls, target frames, and everything else. It seems like something happened. I am trying to figure out what is going on here, so give me one quick second. I'm going to go to a quick intermission while I try to troubleshoot this. So hold on, everyone. Sorry. I didn't unmute myself. Well, I'm just embarrassed there. It's today is one of those days, it seems. Either way, we're in game, we're getting ready, hopefully looking for an exciting one. No invades this time around. That was one problem that happened early that really made things difficult for the Readies last game. Unfortunately, it's like within the first 2 minutes there had been 4 kills over to UNG, and so hey, this is a improvement every way you slice it. Both teams kind of just starting off pretty slow, and exactly kind of the situation we're looking for. Anyway, okay. Direct camel. Yep. Need to see that. Just getting everything set up here, so I'll have to watch here. So, big things here, bot lane. Readies really need to get their bot lane in order so they can not only get some farm going, but also so a Froggen, the support player for the Readies, can do some roaming to help other lanes. Because as we saw in game 1, Falcon, the Ashkan player, was able to just continually push the mid laner, Henderson's Mugatu. Morgatu? I should have asked him how he likes to pronounce that name specifically. Either way, made it so that Henderson's mid laner just couldn't really leave anywhere. Sorry. That barking means there's somebody just existed outside of my apartment door. My dog is a little temperamental when it comes to that, but I promise it'll calm down. He'll calm down a bit. Sam, love him to death, is a very boisterous and a dog that wants to protect the apartment, which I can appreciate right away. Oh, we're already starting to see this roam stuff happening. And yeah, this is jungler Henderson's going to have to be careful here. At least got some of that. Uh-oh. Gonna need to run. So the Readies, and this is what we saw game. Uh-oh. Kanatoki happened to get back. And first blood happening. Oh no, we have multiple unfortunate situations here. Early game ganking, just like we had saw in game 1. And unfortunately, it's one of those situations of where Henderson's mid laner really couldn't leave. He had been pushed into his tower, and there was not much to do. Now, those 2 kills, not a lot of gold being lost, or not a big gold difference, but that is part of the situation that happens. And so we're going to see a lot of this roaming mid laner. He's just going to push hard, then he's just going to go and support a gank top or bottom, and that's just going to be constant, I feel. He is a very good roaming ganker, and that's kind of the nature of that character. So the Readies are going to have to just continue to be careful, placing lots of wards and just being as aware as possible of rotations that are coming in. But either way, this is still a better start than we saw in Game 1, so I am not yet concerned in any way, shape, or form. Anyway, so lane-wise, I'm not really seeing... Oh, wait, I got to turn off the time control. Sorry about that, everybody. There we go. Uh-oh, see, and again, we get Karma. This is something UNG is doing a great job of like, these deep wards. They're making it so that Henderson's jungler, Vigo, cannot just get free clears. And that's the thing. This jungler needs a lot of farm to come online, and one of the plans that UNG clearly has is to deny that. Dragon already getting... Yep, see the pings coming out here? Henderson's jungler is in danger, and he doesn't even know it. There's the ward. He sees it. He should be able to run. The problem is, gosh, this Ashkan is just able to move so quickly with that rope skill. It is ridiculous, and makes things really difficult for the Reddies. Seems like Henderson's going to try to make some movement here. They're going to have to be very careful with positioning. There's not a lot of clean ways. Oh, no. Henderson's jungler gets caught trying to go back in, or at least think they're gone. Henderson's going to just have to let this dragon go. There's no way for them to get it, so they're just going to have to move back, get a little bit of farm, and bot lanes for Henderson probably just needs to go back and buy. They can't really do anything here, and they have to be careful of this the jungler coming down. So they're going to get a little bit of... Yeah, now they're just going to back here because they really can't do anything else, or... Maybe they're not going to back. Wow, the dragon almost murders the jungler for UNG, but nope. Unfortunately, we missed it. Top laner for Henderson going down to the Gwen. Gwen has a lot of anti-armor capabilities and some true damage aspects that can make it very hard for the Reddies to deal with that, or at least for Dr. Mundo to deal with that. So again, not the best start here, but what Henderson wants to do is get to late game, and this is a lot better look to get to that late game than we had a little bit earlier. Jungler going ahead and securing Scuttle, definitely useful, getting some extra gold here. The jungler for Henderson needs to get that gold and get up some levels and items, because that will become a key carry as the game continues on. Mid lane, a bit of a little CS difference in favor for Henderson, but Ashkan really is looking for a lot of these roams and the like, but especially as the game progresses, the shove capabilities of Henderson's mid laner will make things very difficult for his opponents. Either way, top lane, it's one of those things. I haven't played much Dr. Mundo since the rework. Oh, well, no, actually, this is just doing some harassment. Nothing big, just Mo saying, hey, I know you're there, and doing some damage. Big push here, bot lane. Henderson's going to hopefully be able to get some farm off this for their bot laner. Mo's got to be careful. A lot of damage suppressing. Oh, this might be something. Yes, that might be. Oh no, the dot wore off, unfortunately. So not a kill, but it might force someone back a little bit. Mo has to be careful. He needs to see this. Run, Mo, run. Nice flash getting out of there. Flash down as well. And Henderson trying to get something there. Getting a good silence. Has to be careful. This might get something. Unfortunately, Henderson's ult there. Oh, that miss of the Ashe. That was so close. If that Ashe ult would have hit, that would have probably saved that. And so Henderson gets a strike back there. Dragon is down, so they're not going to be able to secure an objective in that sense. They could try for Rift Herald. I don't think they will. I think they're just going to get some wards. Maybe they'll roam. Bot lane Caitlyn is hopefully going to get some farm here. But great job on Mo. He's going to have to get back here, though. Yep, got to be careful. There's that Karma. Karma can do a lot of damage, but Mo is able to just back, and at this point, he's just got to go back and heal and get mana, because, yeah, one of the things about Malzahar is he is mana intensive until he gets a couple items up. A lot of damage with this Ashe. Nope, misses that. Yeah, I think Mo's just got to back now. He really needs the mana. If he had the mana I don't think his ult was up, but he might have been able to make... Yeah, no, his ult was not up, so he wasn't going to be able to do anything. Anyway, top lane... unfortunately, I'm not... Gwen is a very powerful anti-tank champion, essentially, and very hard to catch. Mundo has some great abilities and such in this, but his real game will be later on as he becomes the brick wall that Henderson will use to hopefully kind of to do well in some of these team fights. Froggen saving as Henderson, or at least providing some space here. The Reddies, well, we'll see. We'll see if they decide to turn. Oh, I don't think they're going to be able to get something here, but they're at least going to be able to continue to farm here. Caitlyn getting some more CS really needs that, though he's not down at all. So Reddies are looking pretty strong here, or at least they're looking a lot stronger than they had been in game one. So this is a very different team than what we were seeing earlier here. Mo having to fight this great suppress, but I don't think it's going to be enough damage. Yeah, and he knew that. He just had to, like, nope, let's just nope out. I think he might just be dead here, unfortunately. Yes, he is. But maybe the dot damage? No, the dot damage, not enough yet. So, unfortunate, a little bit of positioning. I think he might have misclicked. I think that suppression still had some more time. But, yeah, no, unfortunate. Let's see, kind of Toki gonna try to make something happen here, but he doesn't know the jungler is there. Hopefully he doesn't try to push back out and head north, because then he'd have some problems. Dragon is up in 30. Reddies are, well, the situation right now here is, looks like the jungler is, for UNG is going to be able to walk over to Dragon pretty quickly, and the lane is well pushed, so they have a lot of opportunity. And unfortunately, Henderson's bot lane is not healthy, so this Dragon, at least right now, is not looking at a good situation for the Reddies. And Henderson does have vision, though, so at least they have that. So TP is down on Mundo. Okay, that's unfortunate. So Mundo cannot make it into this, and Mundo is not healthy. Yeah, this Dragon is not going over to Henderson, I think, if they decide to go for it. Oh, looking like they're looking for ganks right now. Oh no, Mo has to be careful here. He doesn't know he has to be careful, but hopefully he's considering it. Getting some birds, getting a little bit of farm. Reddy's bot lane kind of trying to get into position here. Uh-oh. Good grab there. Needs to be careful. Oh, no, that ult doesn't hit anything. And then, yeah, this gonna have to back off, unfortunately. Jungler for Henderson isn't nearby. Yeah, so that's an unfortunate loss there of the support player. But there's not really much else the Reddies can do here. They're not in position. They don't have anyone around it. It is a free dragon. Well, not free, but it is a dragon heading over to UNG. So 2 dragons so far for them. That means we're Mountain Drake. It's one of the things, I like the new drakes. I hope they figure out what the heck to do with Chemtech Drake, because I like the idea. I didn't like the way the fact of making it so you can't see large parts of the map, or unless you're in it. I didn't like that aspect. I hope they find something that works a little better and still keeps the flavor of that. But yeah, they'll have to think about it. We'll see. All right, Reddies, pings coming out everywhere. Mo doesn't know. Well, he might know. I think he might have been seen, but the Ashkan, gonna have to be careful. A lot of damage coming here. Lots of knock-up, and no, unfortunately, Mo going down there. And wow, that cloak, that stealth is just so powerful on that character. So Reddies down about 4K gold, but again, the Reddies are all about getting into the late game, and they are doing the work. It's not been the best game so far in the sense of deaths and the like, but they're not far out of it. Like, bot lane is a little down on CS, unfortunately. Mid lane, though, is pretty even. Top lane, we got a bit of an issue there as well, but it's not too terrible. So we'll see kind of how things are working out here. Top lane having some problems, unfortunately, but surviving, so good job there. Oh no, Jesse, the jungler for Henderson has to get out. There does manage to get out, but that was very dangerous here. And unfortunately, but the support player for Henderson going down bot lane. And there is a 2-level difference now between the ADC for Henderson and the ADC for UNG, and that is rough. So it's making things even more difficult for the Reddies to kind of stay in this and get the farm, because there is not only 3 kill difference now between the bot lane, there's a 2-level difference and 30 CS. So that means it's going to be a bit before. And unfortunately, top lane are going down as well here. Second death. I mean, overall, all considering, especially because that matchup isn't the best, holding their own. But unfortunately, we're getting the point of the game where your original lanes don't matter so much. It's more of what you start doing with them at this point. And so, God, that's stealthy. Ashkan is kind of ridiculous. So, but again, big thing here, it's all about the farm. The Reddies need the farm. They need to funnel that items onto their Caitlyn and the Vigo is a big targets for a lot of that. But and Henderson still has the opportunity to do so. Just going to require a bit of playing safe, lots of wards, and being really aware of those rotations as they come. Rift Herald number 2 should be coming up here very quickly, and the second dragon is going to be coming up here in 2 minutes. So the Reddies are, I think they're going to have to contest this, or at least be looking into it when it gets a little bit closer. I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing some wards get dropped here. Yep, and we already see this is again a kind of an example of like ward placement and the like. Really a key thing and something to understand is like being able to go into your opponent's jungles, get a ward drop, get out without dying. Huge important aspects of it. Oh no, top laner Reddies having some problems, lots of damage, but does at least get out. But yeah, this is the mid lane is just now kind of being left to do whatever it wants while Ashkan constantly roams. Very powerful roaming champion, as we've kind of seen here. The stealth, the ability to kind of like to magically just jump into areas that you just don't expect with that rope thing. Not a fun thing to play against, I can imagine. Which I've thankfully not had to play against it much when I've been playing. Either way. So lots of pings coming out bottom. The Reddies need to be careful. Here we go. Let's see. I think this should be a good kill here for the Reddies. Oh, yes. There it is. Gets a shutdown. Hey-oh. Oh, no. Problems bot lane, though. Lots of issues there. Damage huge. Almost gets it. Too much. Needs to run. But hey, here comes the jungler from Henderson. Gonna get something, maybe? Almost. Yes, gets it. Takes control. Yes, he does end up taking control of it. Running back here. Lots of damage from this Ashe and such. Ooh, getting some slows. Uh-oh, jungler, though. They have to be careful. Lots. Maybe gets the karma here. Possibly. But this is also a lot for this. So the ready, yes, does get it. Huge amount of damage. Can they get something else out of this? Yes, great stun there. Henderson making a lot of it. Oh, no. Unfortunate, though. Yeah, probably just going to go back. Huge fight, though. The Reddies needed some kills there, and while I think on balance, technically, Henderson came out on top there. That was at least 3 to 2 kills. Yeah, so Henderson did come up on top there, but and this might be Dragon. We'll see. The Reddies need to get a lot of damage into this. Uh-oh. I think they're going to want to stop damage because Annie's... Uh-oh. Yep, no, they got it. Never mind. So they're just going to... Uh-oh, the action, though, is there. Lots of problems could come from that. Huge amount of damage coming out, though. Again, Kondatoki, the jungler. Oh, my gosh, the burn. Huge. Oh, but a great initiate damage. Oh, wow, that opens things up for UNG. That was a Vatum. He saw that the UNG jungler... was able to essentially maneuver Henderson into a position where he could dive back in, knock people up, and that gave just enough time for the rest of his team to collapse in on it. So that was a very well-timed play situation. And the Reddies, while they tried to take advantage of some mispositioning, unfortunately, turned out that mispositioning was positioning. So a rough one, but Henderson at least showing some life and starting to get to that point of where able to do a lot of damage. Ooh, good one there, getting that CC and at least saving the support player from Henderson saving themselves. But so again, oh no, got to be careful here. There's still a lot of people in this jungle. I just don't think he knew necessarily, but oh, that forces this fight that could be really bad for the Reddies. Does get it out though, but yeah, that was close. UNG has a ton of, look at all these wards, all the wards, and Henderson has a few, but not a lot. And that's kind of the problem with what UNG is able to do here. Oh, no. Top laner for Henderson's in a lot of trouble here. He's gonna, well, I think he can just walk away. He is Dr. Mundo, but the amount of wards here, what's happening is really making it hard for the Reddies to try to farm their jungle, which is what they really want to do here, because they need the gold here. Oh, is it gonna? Yeah, they're just gonna leave. So let's see. Caitlyn does have Gale Force, but is still significantly down in kills and gold. Like the Ashe player for over on doesn't work like that. Okay, the Ashe player already multiple still up. I think it's still at least up one level. Yeah, it's up at one level, so that's so bad. But the problem is that gold. We have already a Wit's End in addition to the Immortal Shield Bowl, so that's a tanky and now fast attacky Ashe. And Ashe really in this situation is all about just slowing and applying a little bit of damage amp. So doesn't need to do a ton of damage, just needs to constantly apply that orb. And oh no, the Reddy's in some trouble here. Unfortunately, the support player going to have to sacrifice themselves just to allow for the ADC to get out of there. And again, it's those wards that are everywhere by the University of North Georgia that's allowing them to get all this information and just cause so much damage. Konatoki gonna see if he can do something here. Yeah, gonna try. I don't think it's gonna happen, unfortunately. And again, we still have UNG just camping. They've set up a camp in the jungle for Henderson. They are roasting marshmallows. They are just going to continue to do this and make it impossible for the Henderson to push anything else out. Oh no! Again, that camping. Woo. Konatoki's jungler trying to get out of there. Yep, gets out, gets some poke damage. Reddy's, I don't think they want to be careful here. And they're already pretty low and having some issues. Top lane, oh no. Just dangerous, stranger danger all around. Ooh, good all. I don't know if they're going to be able to make something of it. Nope. Great CC there on the part of Lux there for Henderson State. But we're starting to get towards that end game. The problem is that UNG is making it so that even though the Reddies should be able to get some farm by living in the jungle, they're making it so Henderson can't get any more resources onto their mid and bot laners, and well as the Vigo. And they need that. Oh, great. A shutdown coming out here from up top. We missed that. Let me go ahead and we'll bring up the time control and kind of come back and see what happened there. Watching this replay. Looks like we have a, yep, so Malzahar comes in, gets some damage, starts doing it, and there's the suppression and gets the kill there. So hey, that's something we like those. So Reddy's dragon is up in 20. Henderson did get the last dragon, so at least that made it so it wasn't entirely going to be this fourth dragon being a soul, so that's good. Unfortunately, though, Henderson's lanes are really pushed in, and it's going to make trying for this very difficult. And the fact that Henderson doesn't have any wards right now is another reason why this is very, very difficult. And yeah, that's a lot of damage, and the Ashkan's already in the back, and Henderson, huge, but the Reddies are here, grouping up, a lot of damage coming out, but unfortunately, the CC, and this was not a great spot for the Reddies, and pentakill coming out for the Ashkan. Wow, huge one there. The Reddies needed to go for a fight, but this terrain here allowed for not only the Ashkan to come in and pinch it, like Henderson's team got pincered in multiple sides, and with the addition of those bushes and stuff, allowed for the other team to play line of sight games to make it really hard for the Reddies to apply their DPS. And yeah, that made this very difficult. So Henderson doing their best to stay alive, and like we talked about, they need to get to the end game if they want to really be able to take advantage of their build, and we're starting to get there. The problem is that there's so much gold on the other side that it's really making this difficult. That said, if we're talking CS and stuff, it's relatively even, or at least close enough where, you know, it wouldn't. The problem is that we've had all these ganks and team fights, but Henderson has at times had some good ones, like the Viego fight and such that we had bot lane as well as the Dragon there. But the problem is they have, once that happened, UNG's like, okay, we're going to shut this down, and we're going to shut this down by sitting in your jungle, and that's all that's been happening these last few minutes, making it super difficult for the Reddies to do anything. Great kill getting onto there. Henderson needs those pickoffs. Exactly. Oh no, this Malzahar takes him down. Oh, we got to watch that. This Ashkan's been doing crazy stuff most of the game. So here we go, watching this again. Henderson's mid laner. How did he get this kill? Oh, I think it's a little green. No, it was he knew it was there. But he must have just come back in and, yeah, no, he came back in, cloaked. Tried to get, yep, he used this, just get a ton of stuff, and Malzahar was able to do his full combo and just pretty much take all of his life out of that. Oh no, but it was really close. It was the dots and the like that got him. Hey, really well done there. All right, going back up to normal time. So the Reddy's getting a couple of picks there, still down 10k gold, which is not good, but at least, you know, showing some life, showing that they're not out of this, and they're still ready and able to take advantage and compete in this game. It's been a good one. A significant improvement for the Reddies after that first one. And to kind of point this out is the players Henderson's are playing against, many of them are Diamond Platinum ranks. These are very good players, and many of Henderson's players, some of them started playing League of Legends less than 6 months ago. And just to kind of give you an idea that Henderson, at least while these games have been difficult, Henderson's definitely still been able to provide a lot of damage and depth into this, and had definitely had their chances in shots here. Unfortunately, Baron going down here. This is part of the problem where Henderson, the tower situation. Oh no, that is a very dead Lux, unfortunately. So the Reddies need to run. And at this point, we might just see them try to, I don't think they're going to end it, but they're going to do a lot of damage here. Huge amount coming out there. Careful, Reddies need to just back up at this point. Not much else they can do. At least got some damage out, but essentially UNG can just back whenever they want to. What they're going to do is they're just going to split push here. They're going to move their character. They're going to have one person go top, one person go bottom, and then two mid, essentially, and just continue this, or 2 to 3 mid, and really just try to gut Henderson's base using this Baron buff, because this Baron buff just adds so much pushing power and potential to the University of North Georgia. So again, we'll see what, now that's going to be 2 inhibs here pretty quickly. Oh no, and this might be, yeah, 2 inhibs at least, probably a third. This is really looking bad for the Reddies, unfortunately. So what can the Reddies do at this point to kind of survive? Well, it's not going to be easy. They need to get a good pick here. They need to, oh, that's a good way to start. A lot of damage getting onto it. Unfortunately, not onto the Ashcan, but at least something. But that's one of the things with Karma. So much shielding and the like. And of course, the Baron buff makes it even harder. Goo, huge amount of damage though. Oh, another one. This might, okay, Henderson has a chance to do something big here. We'll see what they can get. Yes, that's huge. Can they get something else? Yes, more Ashkan getting taken down here, I think, potentially. Oh, yes, well done, Henderson. Reddy's continuing to get something here. A lot of damage. Oh, no, great flash by UNG's jungler to get out of that. But Henderson does have some problems back home, base pushing and the like. Dragon is up at 18. So that is Soul if that goes over to it. Oh, no, ooh, gotta be careful. Somebody has to go back from the Reddies, though. Tower is in a lot of problem. 10 seconds spawning. I know UNG is already heading there as well. Multiple players for Henderson going back. The Reddies need to try to get this dragon, though. That's the problem. But their lanes are getting pushed in, unfortunately, because of the loss of these inhibs. So, hey, Henderson showing they have life in here. They could make some plays. UNG overplayed their hand there and stayed a bit too long. Granted, they're about to get this dragon, which is really unfortunate. But the Reddies just really couldn't contest it because of the state of their lane situation. So that is a Soul. Oh no, the Lux all barely was out of range. I don't think it would have worked right anyway, but good attempt at least. So Mountain Soul going over now to UNG. Not what you want to see, but ultimate. Let's see. Elder Dragon's up in 5 minutes. Baron's up in 3. So the Reddies now, they have some wards out, so that's good. They're going to have to hope to get another pick. And that's really what started it. It was that Gwen was a little bit out of position. Well, it wasn't just that. Lux, as well as a couple other players, were able to really chunk down some of UNG's members with poke. And that's what they need to do again here. They need to either poke someone down and then be able to collapse onto them, or they just need to get a, oh, yep, that's CC immunity. Oh, no, J4 doing what he does best, jumping in and just causing havoc. Huge amount of damage coming out here. Wow, that Gwen with those scissors, just so much tank removal and all that CC. Oh, no. That is likely game here for the Reddies, depending on how UNG decides to play this. Yeah, they're just waiting for the next one. Yeah, that's game, unfortunately. So there's enough where the Reddies will go down here, and it's unfortunate, but it was I thought, especially game 2 was a lot more competitive than we saw in game 1. The Reddies made some adjustments, and they obviously came, and they were definitely, you could see that there was a possibility there and such, and that's one of the most important parts, is learning from these games and the like. So heading back to the caster desk, thank you so much for joining us today. Unfortunately, the Reddies fall 0-2 to University of North Georgia. Congratulations to them on their victory. Some great plays there on both teams. One of the best parts, though, I thought it was, we saw that Henderson, even from behind, was able to make plays and was able to coordinate and take advantage of situations. And so while that's a loss for the Reddies, I think it does showcase that they're able to still execute a plan and move with that to continue forward. But we'll see next week. We'll see more League of Legends actions next week. So make sure to be back here 2 p.m. Saturday, a week from today. I do not remember who we're playing at the top of my head, but otherwise, be sure to come by on Monday when we have Call of Duty as well as Rocket League that'll be going. So that's always a fun time. With that said, Dr. John Price here signing off. Have a great rest of your Saturday, and thanks again for stopping by.
Nice, huge hit by Frog.
They've got a good shot here. This could be good.
Oh, the charm!
Let's go!
Go, Henderson.
Quadrant. That's amazing.
It is.